Hello and welcome to my video blog for Saturday, February the 12th. Now, the Republicans have been getting out and about these days, and no one has been getting out more than Representative Christopher Lee of New York. Now, Lee is the fit, fun, and classy married congressman who responded to a single black female's ad on Craigslist. And the whole situation got very public when she blew the whistle on him. Now, clearly he didn't vet this woman properly, because if he had, he would have found out if she was down with O.P.P. Because she wasn't. She wasn't down with other people's property. But poor Lee, all he wanted was for her to send a little racy photo of herself after he asked her to send something in response to that bare-chested photo that he sent of himself. Now, I'm not saying I would not have blown a whistle on him. I would have, but I would have had a little fun with it. Because after he sent that photo of himself, she should have maybe sent a little photo of, I don't know, one of those National Geographic animal pics of like a lion laying out in the jungle with his legs spread eagle and his tongue hanging out like that. Like, that would have been racy and fun. She should have sent that to him. Then she should have told the press, you know, put a little humor to it. But didn't matter, because as soon as the news broke, Lee was gone in 60 seconds, and that he issued a letter of apology, cleaned out his desk, and got out of there, and that he went from fit, fun, and classy to foolish, disgraced, and unemployed in 60 seconds. Bye, Lee. Now, somebody else who's making the news these days is Donald Rumsfeld, and that this week his memoirs went on sale. Now, the former defense secretary's book is called Known and the Unknown. And considering how some people still feel about Rumsfeld, they kind of think this book sort of dances around the issues of what really happened in regards to Rumsfeld's involvement with decisions, some hasty decisions, people are saying, in regards to the handling of Saddam Hussein, the U.S.'s involvement in Iraq, and the U.S.'s involvement in Afghanistan. And that Rumsfeld was a main contributor to the problem. But he is yet to take accountability for anything that has happened. So, taking all that into consideration, maybe this book should not be titled Known and the Unknown, but maybe One Bad Decision After Another. But Rumsfeld seems to maybe be taking some steps to, I don't know, apologize. Because all the proceeds from this book are to benefit people who have been wounded in war. So, something worth considering, something worth thinking about, but I don't know, where is he coming from doing that whole grand gesture? Is he trying to say he's sorry? I don't know. Now, somebody else who made the news this week, another Republican, is George W. And that he didn't have his seats taken away by the NFL. No, he was sitting there right center in the game and enjoyed it all at the Super Bowl. Somebody else who's in the news, Mitt Romney. Yes, he made an appearance on The View the week before last, sat down and talked to the ladies. And then you have Governor Jan Brewer of Arizona. Now, she is suing the federal government. And her suit is a countersuit of the suit in which the federal government has issued against the state of Arizona over this whole border control issue. Now, I'm like Tina trying to help Ike. And that I think that this whole suit controversy is so foolish, because the only people who stand to make money out of all of this are the attorneys. So that's why I think that both sides, because it's a people's issue, should take this to the people's court and have the whole thing wrapped up in about 15 minutes, including commercials. And let's save some money and keep the attorneys out of it. And let's wrap it up quick, because am I the only one thinking about the deficit? We can't afford all this. Now, all these stories are pale in comparison to Friday's big win. And I'm not talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers finally snapping that losing streak. No, I'm talking about Egypt. Egypt won. They didn't win an Emmy. They didn't win an Oscar. They didn't win the lottery. They won their freedom. Yes, Egypt, after 18 days of protesting and standing out there in Cairo Square and marching up and down and attacking the reporters and each other, I mean, they finally got the President Mubarak to leave. But the whole thing didn't come very easily. And that Mubarak didn't seem like he wanted to leave. He kind of sounded a bit like that scene from A Few Good Men when Tom Cruise is cross-examining the general who's up on the stand, and he's like, and he's asking the question, it's like, you can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth with Jack Nicholson. That's who Mubarak sounded like, and that Egypt possibly couldn't handle him leaving. But they really didn't care. They wanted Charles in charge, somebody other than him. So you can tell that Mubarak really didn't care, because when he spoke to Christian Amanpour, he sort of sounded as though he needed to take this whole thing into consideration and see if he had room in his schedule. He had to work it through, like it was an appointment. Oh, I gotta get my nails done. I mean, I would think about stepping down, but I got that hair appointment, and I would think about stepping down, but I got that conference coming up and it's paid for. Oh, I can't leave until September. But the people wanted him out now, and they finally got him out, because what are the people saying about him? Well, they're basically calling him a liar, a cheat, a murderer. I mean, those are pretty harsh accusations. But none other than Dick Cheney came to his defense. Yeah, Dick Cheney, who wanted to remind the U.S. that Mubarak has always been a good friend to us, and that he's always been good people, and that we should maybe take that all into consideration. Now, I don't know about you, but there's certain people that you want to get a recommendation letter from, like Oprah, like Donald Trump. But Dick Cheney, he's not one of them. So the fact that Dick Cheney is actually giving an account of his character makes me want to say, march on, Egypt. March on. Do that whole freedom thing. It's going to look good on you. Thumbs up to democracy. I'll see you next time.